We're covering 25 questions you will see on the Connecticut real estate exam. My name is Matt Nomura with U.S. Realty Training. Remember, U.S. Realty Training provides an exam prep package for students studying for the Connecticut exam, which comes with practice exams, terminology flashcards, video explanations, and more. The link for that is in the description and comment section below. So let's hop into the student portal to take our exam. A condominium is defined as A, common interest community where property is owned by an association and each owner gets exclusive possession. B, common interest community where each unit and the common area associated to the unit are owned by each owner. C, property where the units are designated as separately owned for each owner and the common areas are owned by the association. D, where everyone in the association gets a percentage of the total ownership. And the answer is C as in Charlie. Property where the units are designated as separately owned for each owner and the common areas are owned by the association. This is to be contrasted with a cooperative where the property is owned by the association and each owner receives a proprietary lease for a given unit. Which of the following is not a duty of the Connecticut Real Estate Commission? A, to ensure a fair marketplace for consumers. B, to protect citizens from marketplace fraud and unfair practices. C, to administer license laws. D, to protect out-of-state brokers from when entering Connecticut to engage in real estate transactions. And the answer is D as in dog. To protect out-of-state brokers from entering Connecticut to engage in real estate transactions. Protection of out-of-state brokers who engage in business in Connecticut is not a duty of the Connecticut Real Estate Commission, and ensuring a fair marketplace for consumers, protecting citizens from marketplace fraud, and administration of license laws are duties of the Commission. A Connecticut licensee can represent more than one person in a real estate transaction if A, the licensee provides full disclosure to the parties. B, if the buyer asks for it. C, if the seller asks for it. D, the licensee so chooses, there are no limits. And the answer is A as in apple. The licensee provides full disclosure to the parties. The licensee may represent both more than one party to a real estate transaction, provided the licensee provides full disclosure to all the parties and the consent of the parties she represents. The fees charged by the Connecticut Real Estate Commission are used for what purposes? A, for the real estate licensing courses and material. B, to compensate consumers who have legitimate grievances against real estate salespersons. C, the fees are paid to the state treasury, the University of Connecticut, and the Real Estate Guarantee Fund. D, the fees are used to compensate the commission members. And the answer is C as in Charlie. The fees are paid to the state treasury, the University of Connecticut, and the Real Estate Guarantee Fund. The fees to the Connecticut Real Estate Commission are paid to the state treasury, the University of Connecticut, and the Real Estate Guarantee Fund. The fees paid by licensees go to funding the commission. The fees also go to the state university to assist in funding the Real Estate Guarantee Fund, the state's funding source to compensate consumers who have experienced wrongdoing by licensees. A new company decides to add mobile homes to their sales inventory. Does Connecticut require a license to sell the mobile homes? A, no, as long as the company's main business is the sale of mobile homes. B, no, as long as the company is the manufacturer's designated representative. C, yes, under commission rules and Connecticut law. D, no, because the mobile homes are not real estate. And the answer is C as in Charlie. Yes, under commission rules and Connecticut law. Connecticut generally requires a license to sell manufactured mobile homes. David is an unlicensed personal assistant. Can David call a caller when a property is listed for? A, no, because he is not licensed. B, no, because the property is not listed by David's broker. C, yes, because David is not the listing agent. D, yes, because the listing price is public record. And the answer is A as in apple. No, because he is not licensed. David is an unlicensed personal assistant. He may not recite property details over the phone, including a listing price. A real estate broker in Connecticut can perform which of the following duties? A, appraisal of real estate. B, surveying real estate. C, listing properties for sale. D, assisting in the preparation of mortgage documents for a client. And the answer is C as in Charlie, listing properties for sale. A licensed real estate broker in Connecticut cannot appraise real estate for a fee, survey real estate for a fee, or take a fee for mortgage document preparations. A broker can list real estate for sale. A licensee in New York need not take the Connecticut real estate exam if A, the New York licensee has held her license for more than 10 years. B, the commission determines the skill level of the Connecticut licensee is very high. C, the New York licensee has an office in both Connecticut and New York. D, the state of New York reciprocates with Connecticut regarding real estate licenses. And the answer is D as in dog. The state of New York reciprocates with Connecticut regarding real estate licenses. An out-of-state realtor from a state that reciprocates with Connecticut need not take the Connecticut real estate exam. Duration of licensure in the other state, or the skill level of the other realtor, and where the out-of-state realtor has an office are not considerations. A broker wants to buy one of his listings through his brother Cruz, who will act as a straw buyer. Does he have to inform the listing seller of this relationship? A, yes, she must disclose the relationship to her seller. B, yes, she must tell the seller that she knows the buyer. C, no, there is no requirement to disclose. Or D, no, this would violate her duty of confidentiality to the buyer. And the answer is A as in apple. Yes, she must disclose the relationship to her seller. A broker has a duty to disclose all relationships with any party in the transaction or any contemplated transaction to the client. In Connecticut, which of the following is true about advertising? A, a broker may advertise another broker's property. B, advertising a listing is not subject to the commission's oversight. C, a Connecticut licensee may only advertise in a newspaper or other written publication. D, advertising real estate is not subject to discrimination laws. And the answer is A as in apple. A broker may advertise another broker's property. All advertising is subject to commission oversight. A licensee may advertise in written publications by handouts or electronic means, such as the internet. All advertising is subject to laws against discrimination. A salesperson decides to place a sign in the yard of one of her prospective sellers. The seller is out of town and cannot be reached. Can the salesperson place the sign in the yard? A, yes, because it is the custom in the area. B, no, because she needs written permission to do so. C, no, because it is not a good idea to list the property while the seller is gone. D, yes, because the seller is a friend and will not care. And the answer is B as in boy. No, because she needs written permission to do so. Signage must be agreed upon in writing. Typically, the language will be contained in a listing agreement which does not yet exist. Salesperson has a seller client that wants to sell her property in an as-is condition. Does the seller still have to complete her property condition disclosure form? A, only if she knows of any known defects. B, no, this would alleviate her responsibility to complete the form. C, yes, because she must know something about the property. And D, yes, even if she knows little about the property conditions. And the answer is D as in dog, yes, even if she knows little about the property conditions. A seller may sell a property in an as-is condition with full disclosure of as-is status and the waiver and agreement of the parties. The seller must still complete the property condition disclosure form, even if she knows little about the property. Agency is defined as A, when a person gets their real estate license and becomes a licensed agent. B, the express agreement between a principal and an agent where the agent agrees to perform certain acts for the principal. C, this agreement between a consumer and a licensee. D, the contract between a broker and a salesperson. And the answer is B as in boy. The express agreement between a principal and an agent where the agent agrees to perform certain acts for the principal. This is a general legal term applied to a real estate licensee's legal authorization to conduct business. What is the purpose of the designated agency agreement? A, to allow the broker to receive a commission for both the buyer and seller of a transaction. B, to provide representation for both the buyer and the seller when both are represented at the same broker. C, to allow the broker to negotiate both sides of a contract. D, to allow the broker to set the commission rates of that contract. And the answer is B as in boy. To provide representation for both the buyer and the seller when both are represented by the same broker. When a broker represents both the buyer and the seller, the broker can designate licensees within the brokerage to represent both parties. This allows each client the professional assistance of a licensed broker or salesperson. Informed consent is a legal term which means A, a client has the proper documents in the broker's files. B, a client is made aware of all listings and shows relative to her property. C, that client meetings are mandated to answer any client questions. D, that the client has been given a full explanation of all required circumstances, including the risks and benefits of the arrangement. And the answer is D as in dog. that the client has been given a full explanation of all required circumstances, including the risks and benefits of the arrangement. This is the standard of knowledge required for most transactional scenarios in Connecticut. Which of the following are protected classes in the Connecticut Fair Housing Law? A. Race, religion, color, national ancestry, and sex. B. Race, religion, citizenship, and national ancestry. C. Lawful source of income, family status, and citizenship. D. Sexual preference or orientation, disability, and ancestry. And the answer is A as in apple. Race, religion, color, national ancestry, and sex. These are all protected categories under state law. The highest form of ownership interest one can acquire in real estate is the A. Legal life estate, B. Conventional life estate, C. Defeasible fee simple estate, D. Absolute fee simple estate. And the answer is D as in dog, absolutely fee simple estate. The fee simple freehold estate is the highest form of ownership interest one can acquire in real estate. It includes the complete bundle of rights. The tenancy is unlimited with certain expectations. The fee simple absolute estate is a perpetual estate that is not conditioned by stipulated or restricted uses. What is the chain of title? A. The list of all parties who have ever owned real estate. B. The bundle of rights linked to the recorded title to a parcel. C. A chronology of successive owners of record of a parcel of real estate. D. Involuntary conveyance of title by statutory rules of descent. And the answer is C as in Charlie. A chronology of successive owners of record of a parcel of real estate. Chain of title refers to the succession of owners of record dating back to the original grant of title from the state to a private party. It is thus more than a mere list. It is a chronological list as reflected in title records. A lease automatically terminates under which of the following circumstances? A. A tenant fails to pay rent. B. A leased property is foreclosed. C. The tenant goes out of business. D. The landlord cancels the lease. And the answer is B as in boy. The leased property is foreclosed. A foreclosure extinguishes all prior interests in a property, including a leasehold. A property owner is precluded by deed restriction from developing a 30-foot boat dock. The limitation prompts the owner to sell to another party. The new owner, A, is free to build the dock since the next door neighbor built a similar dock 2 weeks later. B, takes title subject to the same restriction. C, can build a dock with special permission from the zoning board. D, may build since the restriction is extinguished by the sale. And the answer is B as in boy. Takes title subject to same restrictions. Deed restrictions attached to the title of the property. Therefore, the restriction passes to the new buyer. Which of the following characterizes Mets and Bounds descriptions? A, they use meridians and baselines. B, they identify an enclosed area beginning and ending at the same point. C, They use lot and block numbers. D, they incorporate elevation into the descriptions. And the answer is B as in boy. They identify an enclosed area beginning and ending at the same point. Mets and bounds descriptions always identifies an enclosed area by starting at an origination point called point of beginning, or POB, and returning to the POB at the end of the description. The amount of real estate broker's commission is established by A, agreement among competing brokers, B, negotiation with clients, C, the local board of realtors, D, state real estate license laws. And the answer is B as in boy, negotiation with clients. The amount of a broker's commission is whatever amount the client and broker have agreed to. A client revokes an exclusive right to sell listing 2 months prior to expiration. The reason stated, the client is too busy to meet with the agent. In this case, A, the client is criminally liable for negligence. B, the client may be liable for a commission and marketing expenses. C, the agent can sue this client for specific performance even if no customer had been located. D, the agent must accept the revocation without the possibility of damage recovery. And the answer is B as in boy. The client may be liable for a commission and marketing expenses. With an exclusive right to sell listing, if the property sells during the term of the revoked listing, the client is liable for the commission. If the property does not sell, the client is liable for the broker's actual costs. The roof of a property costs $20,000. The economic life of the roof is 20 years. Assuming the straight line method of depreciation, what is the depreciated value of the roof after 3 years? A, $20,000. B, $17,000. C, $14,000. D, $3,000. The answer is B as in boy, $17,000. First, derive the annual depreciation, which is the cost divided by the economic life. Then multiply annual depreciation times the number of years to identify total depreciation. Remember to subtract depreciation from the original cost if the question asks for the ending value. Thus, $20,000 divided by 20 years times 3 years equals $3,000 total depreciation. The ending value is $20,000 minus $3,000, or $17,000. The income capitalization approach to appraising value is most applicable for which of the following property types? A, single-family homes. B, apartment buildings. C, undeveloped land. D, churches. And the answer is B as in boy, apartment buildings. The income capitalization approach, or income approach, is used for income properties and sometimes for other properties in a rental market where the appraiser can find rental data. The approach is based on the principle of anticipation. The expected future income stream of a property underlies what an investor will pay for the property. And that's 25 questions. If you want to make studying for your real estate exam easy, then get the real estate exam prep package. You get real estate practice exams, just like this, flashcards to study vocab, video explanations to help you learn concepts, and an ebook to show you everything that you need to study for. If you want another video like this one, then check out the video right here, and I'll see you next time.